What's going on, everyone? It's John back again, and welcome to another video on the Blue Boys Network. Listen, this is just a little 10-minute video. I know Michael put one out last night. I've seen a couple of things in the news over the last couple of days that Michael didn't really mention, so I just thought I'd give a little update on them and just share them with you. Most of you have probably seen them anyway, but if you haven't, I just thought I'd, as I say, put something together just to keep you in the loop. So the first bit I want to talk about is Lucas Digne. Apparently Juventus do want him if we officially go after Rabiot. Now, Juventus, looking at this, Juventus are valuing Rabiot at 23 million, and what they're saying is that they value Lucas Digne at the same price. Now, I'm not being funny. In my opinion, Adrien Rabiot is worth more than £23 million. But if we could get him for £23 million cash, then I'd bite their hands off. That leads me on to saying about Lucas Digne. Now, for me, Lucas Digne is worth a lot more than £23 million as well. You know, since he's been at Everton, I said this a couple of videos ago, he slotted straight into that left-back position, kept Leighton Baines out the team. So for me, Lucas Digne is worth more than £23 million. I can't see Everton including Digne in any sort of deal to get Rabiot to Goodison Park. I just can't see it. If they do, I think there will be not just a swap deal. I think there will be some cash either way. For me, Rabiot is worth more than 23 million quid. Lucas Digne is worth more than 23 quid. So then it becomes a straight swap if Everton want Rabiot that much. I can't see Everton taking that deal that'll be put on the table from Juventus. So listen, it is one worth watching. Again, we're going on about Rabiot, but there's no smoke without fire when it comes to this, to the Juventus midfielder coming to Everton. You know, the links have been there for a couple of months quite strongly now. So, in my opinion, and I've said this all along, Rabiot, I think, will come to Everton. And I can't see Lucas Digne going the other way. I just can't see that being a deal that Everton will look at. The next thing I want to look at is regarding Idrissa Gana Gueye. Now, Idrissa Gana Gueye has been linked with Everton over the last month about a return to Everton. He's also been linked with Tottenham. I did hear Tottenham were in for him as well. Idrissa Gana Gueye has now come out on the rumours that he's leaving PSG. And by the way, this has been reported by a very, very well-known journalist. So, Idrissa Gana Gueye does quote, and what he says is, I'm used to these rumours. Even in January, 6 months after he arrived at PSG, he was linked with Chelsea. So basically, he's used to the rumours. As soon as he stepped foot into PSG, there was rumours that, you know, he was being linked with other clubs. And listen, I understand that. For the simple fact of the matter is, Idrissa Gana Gueye is a fantastic player, and apart from maybe Romelu Lukaku a couple of years ago, I can't really remember a player that Everton have missed so much as they have as Gueye since Gueye went. So basically, he's pouring cold water on the rumours that he is about to leave PSG and maybe return to the Premier League, whether it be Everton, whether it be Tottenham. He goes on to say he's in contact with the sporting director of PSG quite often, and there's never been any question of a departure. So I think Idrissa Gana Gueye is, as I say, he's putting to bed the rumours there that he will be leaving PSG. I found it strange at the time that there was rumours he was going to be leaving, because I thought, well, you know, he was man of the match. I think it was against Real Madrid when they played them, and I think it was the Champions League. You know, there's been nothing personal that he's done anything wrong in France, and every game I've seen him play, he's been absolutely fantastic. So I thought it was a bit strange that he was getting linked away. For me, Idrissa Gana Gueye stays at PSG. There's another one going back to the James Rodriguez rumours. I know Michael mentioned him last night in his video. It's been reported by the source Sport, which again, you know, quite a well-renowned name in the world of football on reporting and, you know, and rumours and stuff. Ancelotti sees James Rodriguez as a key figure to catapult Everton to where he wants to take Everton in his time that he's going to be in charge of the club. He really rates the player. He really wants him at Goodison Park. And we have spoke about this. Rodriguez, for me, improves our midfield no end. No end. He slots straight into that midfield. You know, for me, he'd probably be the best midfielder at the club if we did sign him. Atletico Madrid are also determined to sign James Rodriguez, but reading the reports, Real Madrid don't really want to strengthen one of their rivals. So, listen, Atletico Madrid have done well the last couple of seasons. They've got a great manager in charge there. You know, every season, and listen, there's only Barcelona and Real Madrid every year, we know that. But Atletico Madrid, I'd say the last 2 years have closed that gap. So I can see why Real Madrid don't want to sell James Rodriguez to Atletico Madrid. Another thing I want to talk about is the training game that the players had at Goodison Park yesterday. Ancelotti split the squad into 2 teams of 11. You know, it looked a good split to me. There was youth on both sides. There was experience on both sides. You know, Richarlison was on one team. Dominic Calvert-Lewin was on the other. Iwobi played in the centre of the midfield. Now, I'm not a lover of Iwobi, and I've said this. But when he does play in the position instead of Sigurdsson, I think he's a better player there. I think he gives more in the centre of the park than what he does out wide. Looking at the youth players that played, you know, there was a goal and an assist from Anthony Gordon. Now, I think Everton did because I watched it. They put a 5-minute video out today on YouTube. Anthony Gordon looks a player to me. I haven't seen much of him, I will be honest. But what I seen today on this video that Everton did put out, he looks like he's ready to make that step up. And don't be surprised if he's very close to making the starting lineup next Sunday against Liverpool. If he doesn't, in my opinion, he will get game time in the derby. Another player who impressed me looking at that video, I know it was only 5 minutes long, was Dennis Adrian. I've seen a little clip where he picked the ball up from just near the halfway line, and he took about 3 or 4 players on. He had 4 players round, and by the time he got to the box, but he still got a shot out. That's the sort of midfielder that Everton are missing. Someone who can pick the ball up, run at the opposition, create chances, you know, and he's only a young player. He hasn't really had many chances around the first team, just like Anthony Gordon. But listen, even if it's only a practice match, 11 aside at Goodison Park, I know there was no fans, but that will give the kids a massive boost. So for me, Gordon and Dennis Adrian, I couldn't think of his name then, Dennis Adrian will be very close to making the starting lineup next week in the derby. We are short on numbers. We've got a few midfielders out. I know Schneidlin, I can't see Schneidlin playing. I know Walcott's out as well. So, you know, they will be knocking on the manager's door this week, hoping for a game next Sunday. Did see a few clips. Moise Keane looked very frustrated in that game. He had a few chances, didn't score. There was one incident where he put one over the bar and he punched the turf in temper. Now, he's getting frustrated. You know, he's not scoring in practice matches. I mean, even Michael Keane scored 2 yesterday in that game. Calvert-Lewin scored 1 as well. Andre Gomez was missing yesterday. Apparently, he's got a little slight knock. So, listen, we are struggling. But Moise Keane, again, from what I've seen and from the clips I've read, he did frustrate for the hour game that they had yesterday. So, for me, yeah, it's good to get frustrated because it shows you're arsed and it shows you're bothered that you're not scoring goals. Doesn't matter what sort of game it is, whether it's a practice match, whether it's a Premier League match, you do get frustrated if you're not scoring goals. And yesterday, seeing him punch the turf, I think he knows he's actually struggling. But I've said this, he needs game time. And the only one who can get himself that game time is him, by proving to Ancelotti that he deserves a place in the starting lineup. Will he play next Sunday? I don't think he'll start. I think it'll be Calvert-Lewin. He looked good yesterday. As Michael said, the size of his legs, he's been working hard in the lockdown because he's come back like a fucking monster, to be honest with you. He's worked hard on the lockdown by the looks of it. He will start, no questions asked. You know, Calvert-Lewin will start the game next week. As I say, Moise Kean looks a frustrated, forlorn figure at the minute. Hopefully, he's got 9 games to go now till the end of the season. It's up to him to prove himself that he has a career at Everton. And the last one I want to throw at you is Everton not breaking news, but news that's come out today. Everton are interested in signing Man United midfielder Andreas Pereira. Apparently, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants to sell him. He's 24 to fund his own transfers. Apparently, West Ham, Newcastle are also interested in him. For me, Andreas Pereira doesn't really improve Everton at all, to be fair. It will be a backward step in the names we've been linked with. If we go for someone like him, and we've been linked with your Rodriguez, your Allen, players like that. So for me, listen, let Pereira go to West Ham or Newcastle, because for me, he doesn't take us to that step. And we mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. Everton should be going for players who are playing consistently in the Premier League for the top teams, because then that improves us. If we get Andreas Pereira in, that to me is another Man United outcast, because he's not playing there every week. So obviously, if he's not good enough for them, we should be aiming, at least for next season, when we start afresh, to be aiming to finish above teams the likes of United. So taking their players who can't get in their team, for me, it just doesn't improve us. Right, I'm going to leave it there, folks. I said it was only a quick one. Michael will be doing a video Tuesday, I think. We've got a new... Michael done it years ago on the Network Michael D channel when he had that, of Premier League predictions. So he's going to put a video out on Tuesday for that. It's going to be a new feature on the Blue Boys Network. He'll do it one week, I think. I'm going to do it the next, alternate weeks. There'll be a match preview out for the game next Sunday. There may be another video thrown in the middle of that. And then obviously, hopefully, if Michael can set it up, there will be a watch along for the game next Sunday for the derby. Both of us, it will be like being next to us in the match. So that should be fun, because, yeah, I think a lot of you know what I'm like in the match. So that should be fun if he can set the equipment up that he's got to set up to get that. If not, Michael will be doing it on his own, but hopefully he'll sort it and we can both do it, and then there will be a match reaction after that. So there is a few videos coming up. Now the football's starting again, it will be a bit easier. There'll be more things to talk about. Transfer window will be open soon, and this channel's not just going to be about Everton football anymore. I don't know how many of you follow Formula 1, stuff like that, but I like the Formula 1, so we're going to try and include other sports as well, not just sports, other things. Anyone wants us to talk about anything, drop them in the comments. And if the Formula 1 videos don't work or anything else don't work, then we won't do them, because we are doing videos for you people, for you to enjoy. So obviously, if you're not enjoying them, then we won't do them. Listen, thanks very much for watching. If you don't already subscribe, give the subscribe button a hit. The channel's flying at the minute. The views, the subs are going up. The comments are still absolutely fantastic. Michael's video last night's done really, really well again. Hopefully this video will do well again tonight. So keep watching, keep commenting, hit the subscribe button, tell your Everton friends, tell your family. We want to build this channel the best we can. Michael's put a lot of work into the rebranding. So hopefully, Michael will get his rewards for that through the channel. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. See you soon.
Seeing monsters out your window. No, you can't sleep, you pretend though. You don't